Hello, Nashville, and welcome to Nashville's favorite business podcast, Business as Usual, provided by the Nashville Public Library Means Business program. Today we have Lisa Odell, co-chair of SCORE Nashville. How are you today, Lisa?
I am fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming along. So we'll just jump right in with the first question. Can you tell us about yourself, Lisa, and what you do at SCORE?
Sure. I was blessed to be able to retire early. So 14 years ago, I stepped away from a company that I owned with a bunch of guys, and I got bored very quickly. So I decided to see what was out there, and I stumbled upon SCORE. So SCORE is the resource arm for the Small Business Administration. And what we do is we help entrepreneurs who've got an idea. We help small businesses that are kind of struggling along and maybe need an extra boost. And we just we help them kind of grow, launch, the whole 9 yards. I have been the chapter chair for the past 8 years. That means that I have the pleasure of working with approximately 49 to 50 people that are either mentors, subject matter experts, or volunteers who are all aligned to help small businesses become better and grow.
That's fantastic. Yeah. One question I did have is that, SCORE is something that everybody in the business community or, the business resource community, I'll say, knows about. It's been around for some time. Could you tell us a little bit about the history of SCORE maybe and then how it situates itself here in Nashville?
Sure. So unfortunately for us, SCORE has got an old name. It started in 1964. As the Service Corps of Retired Executives. And the SBA decided that there were so many people in the early 60s that wanted to start businesses but didn't know how to get started. And they realized that people were running into issues. So they thought, what better than to recruit a bunch of retired executives to help these people out? And so that's what they did. And everybody volunteered, and it was fantastic. And it's taken a while, but subsequently there are people that are currently in business that are mentors or subject matter experts that are helping. And so SCORE, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary this year. We've got a bunch of different events that are going to happen, some pitch events, other types of celebrations. But we probably have been around for longer than any of the other resource arms around.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. And what are some services that SCORE offers to small business owners and entrepreneurs?
So the biggest service is free mentoring. Anybody that would like to have a SCORE mentor can sign up for a SCORE mentor. You can either sign up and get a local mentor, or you can sign up if you've got something really specific that you need help with. For example, let's say you wanted to start a horse farm.
That is specific.
Yeah.
That is specific. But trust me, we have a lot of people that want to do very specific things.
I actually had that question come to me one time when I was working reference at the Hermitage Branch Library.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody walked in and said, I just bought a horse farm. I said, what do you know about horsemanship? And they were like,
Nothing.
I was like, all right, let's find some books.
So the thing is, mentors that we have are basically generalists. We can help people with all sorts of different things. But if you need somebody that specifically has been in a particular business, you can see if we have anybody like that locally. But we also have something that's called One SCORE. And the idea behind One SCORE is that there are 10,000 mentors across the United States that can potentially help clients. So you can go into the database of mentors and find somebody that has the specific background that you need to help you and then request that particular mentor. It's very cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
I can't promise you that we have got mentors that have done everything. I don't think that's been totally tested yet.
Yep.
But the other thing that we do is that since we're all basically generalists, if you came to me, for example, and you said, okay, I really need some help figuring out taxes. I've got this tax accounting thing that I'm doing, and I'm lost. I'd probably panic first. I'd talk to you about what you're doing in your business and try to help you with other aspects of that. And then I would reach out to one of our other SCORE mentors or SMEs and say, wow, you know I don't know anything about taxes. You know I hate financial stuff. Can you please jump in and help me with this client? And so a lot of times we co-mentor. We might have 2, 3, 4 mentors together working together with one client because they've got such a multifaceted project.
Yeah. Now, I know on the SCORE website there are templates and things available that people can use for writing business plans. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. So SCORE National has got all sorts of resources. And so rather than recreate the wheel, we tend to borrow those resources and make them available to the people that come to our website to use them. We have got several different business model workshops. Business model canvases. We have got a business plan. One is really long. It's 64 pages. Good luck with that. Then we also have a much shorter one that's like 15 pages. That's something that's a little bit more palatable and a lot easier for the banks to work with and stuff.
Sure.
So yeah, you can come to our website and find just about anything that you could potentially need. In addition to that, we do most of our workshops via Zoom. And we do our lunch and learns via Zoom. And so we record those so people can come in and listen to them at their leisure.
And are those all free to access? Is there any charge for that?
The workshops in general are $25 a piece.
Okay.
And the reason they're $25 is that they're 3 hours long. So, for example, if you went to the one that was about creating a business model, you would be provided with a business model canvas. And after 3 hours, you would have it almost all completed.
Okay.
It's worth $25.
Yeah. And it gives them the skin in the game. I know I've heard lots of folks who taught workshops that they get more people to show up to the workshop if they do have that skin in the game with like a little nominal fee or something like that.
Absolutely.
Are there any entry sort of level workshops that you'd recommend that SCORE offers?
We've got one that I think is phenomenal. It's basically so you think you want to start a business. Because a lot of people do want to start a business. And if everybody wanted to start a business, or if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not easy. There are a lot of things that you have to think about, a lot of resources that you have to think about, not just money, but how does your family feel about it?
Sure.
Where are you going to be getting the help that you need? Do you have time? It makes you think about all the different things that you could potentially be faced with right off the bat. And so you can kind of get yourself prepared for that.
A great primer, for sure.
I think one of the things that is really important for us is to not only help people start a business, but also if they're truly not prepared for starting a business yet, it's kind of incumbent on us to talk them through what it will take to become prepared and maybe to help talk them out of getting started right away until they are ready.
Yeah. Okay. So if I was a small business, how would I get a mentor? Would I just go to the website and there's a way I can?
Absolutely. You go to our website, and up in the far right-hand corner there are these 3 little bars, and you click on that, and that's the menu. And then you click down and it says find a mentor.
Easy enough.
And you can either find a mentor by doing that national search that I recommended, or you can do it by zip code and have somebody from your area chosen for you.
So your mentor doesn't necessarily have to be in Middle Tennessee, I guess.
No, the only reason that we recommend that you have a local mentor is local taxes. We've got a mentor also who knows a lot about commercial real estate. And commercial real estate rules and regulations are totally different, even across the state of Tennessee.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to want somebody who's local to answer some of those questions.
Yeah,
definitely.
But aside from that, for a lot of the generic questions that people might have regarding marketing or finance or whatever, it could be answered by anybody across the country.
So for the odd chance that whoever's listening to this podcast is one of those experienced entrepreneurs or small business owners, how do they get involved in being a mentor?
You can come to the website and you can sign up to be a volunteer/mentor as well.
Okay. Same deal.
It's really simple. We've got a couple of people that vet our mentors, and the only reason we do that is that we get a lot of people that want to volunteer with SCORE. We get a lot of college students, for example, that may have to do some volunteer work and say, hey, this looks great. I'd love to become a part of it, but they really don't have the background in business to be able to do anything for the people that come in for us. So we ask them to come back later when they might be a little bit more prepared.
Sure.
Yeah. Got to make sure they know what they're talking about.
Yes, indeed.
All right. One more question that we are trying to ask everybody who comes on the show. What's one piece of advice you'd give to someone starting out as an entrepreneur or small business owner?
I would say, well, there are actually two. One is you've got to have a never give up attitude.
Yeah.
Regardless what gets thrown in your way, you've got to just say, well, okay, that's all right. I can handle that. The other thing is you can't go in halfway.
Okay.
If you keep your job and say, well, I'm just going to do this one on the side, a lot of times it's harder to make your business successful because you know you've got something to fall back on, and that's your job. You kind of have to go in for the kill, just go for it and hope for the best. Absolutely. A business plan, if you want to have money, if you're going to be asking a bank for money, you have to have a business plan. They want to know all your resources, all the people that you're going to be working with. They want to know what all your financials are and everything. That's covered in a business plan. In a business model, however, you're basically looking at what your value proposition is. And then from that value proposition, you work your way out and you figure out who your suppliers are going to be and who you're going to be working with and who you want to market to. And it's kind of more of a working document.
Okay.
And then if you use that as your document and you say, wait a minute, I thought that I wanted to sell this baseball cap to all the bald guys in Belmead. And then you realize that those bald guys in Belmead already have a bunch of baseball caps, and you might be better off selling them to the bald guys in East Nashville because of one reason or another. You can jump and make a quick pivot on what your business model is.
Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to add before we wrap everything up?
I do indeed.
Please.
Thank you so much for asking. One of the best things that we do is a thing called SCORE Connect Live. It's group mentoring. So once every 2 months, we have a 4-hour session. And this year, it's always going to be over at Belmont University. The next one is March 18th. So what we do is, for the first half an hour, people come and meet and greet and network and talk to each other about what they're doing in their businesses and everything, and talk to the mentors that are around and try to get a lay of the land. And then all of our mentors stand up, talk about the different types of things that they can offer, the questions that they can answer, and then we all go off to different tables. And the people that have come to get answers go around from table to table and get their questions answered. And it's one of the most empowering things, because not only do the entrepreneurs and the small business people who come exchange cards with other people, they get their questions answered by the other small businesses and entrepreneurs. And then we can also jump in and answer all the questions. And everybody leaves happy and feeling like they learned a lot and are looking forward to coming back the next time.
It's awesome.
SCORE Connect Live.
Very cool.
Yeah. So what's the best way someone can get in touch with SCORE?
SCORE.org/Nashville. That takes you to our website. Go to our menu, find anything you could possibly need.
Great.
All right.
Easy enough.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast.
And that is our show. Thank you, Lisa, for joining us from SCORE. My name is Bailey. I'm the adult librarian at the Donaldson branch, here with...
And I'm Corey. I am the branch manager at the Goodlettsville branch.
All right. And thank you for listening. This is Nashville's favorite business podcast, Business as Usual. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.